Hey everybody, so it is the first day following my wrap-up of the Beachbody Ultimate Reset, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to share how the past 3 weeks have gone for me as well as my results. So the last 3 weeks have been quite a learning experience for me. I've learned how to eat differently. I've learned how to cook differently. I did spend a lot of time in the kitchen just learning and preparing my foods, which were different than what I was used to, but I came up with a lot of new meals and a lot of new items that we're going to be eating going forward, so I'm excited about that. I really loved how the reset laid out the eating plan. There was no decision of what do I have to eat. It told me what I was going to eat. It told me what I needed to buy at the store. So I really loved that structure around that. And I kind of struggled this morning when I was like, I don't have a plan to follow. I don't know what to eat. So I really loved having that structure. So that was one of the definite areas that, I'm going to have to try to take what I learned from that and lay out an eating plan for myself each week going forward, because I liked having that structure. Getting up in the morning and not having to think about what was I going to make for breakfast, what was I going to pack in my lunch. So that taught me that that's something I need in order to be able to be successful with my nutrition. So I'm going to take what I learned and apply that. So going forward, as far as eating goes, I'm not completely done. I'm not just, oops, I can go eat anything I want. I have to reintroduce foods back into my diet that I slowly eliminated. So going into this week, I'm going to eat very similar to how I ate last week in week 3. And so that next week will be very similar to week 2, and the following week will be very similar to week 1. So slowly introducing foods that I had eliminated. So some of the foods that were eliminated in week 1 were, I did have some dairy in week 1, but only eggs and yogurt. There was no cheese, there was no milk, there was no red meat, though I did have fish and chicken. So those things won't be reintroduced until, down the road, several weeks down the road. And then I'm going to slowly be introducing this week and next week the different grains that I had eliminated. So I was still eating quinoa and rice, but I'll be adding back in beans and eventually some whole wheat bread a few weeks down the road here. So it's going to be adding back in things that I did eliminate from my diet. I am still going to continue to eat clean like I did prior to the diet, or prior to the reset. I'm still going to be eating that clean-based diet, but I think it'll even be more clean. It'll be closer to that level that I wanted to be at now that I've learned a few new recipes and new ways to cook things that make them pretty tasty for a bunch of vegetables. So I'm excited about that. Also, the website and the emails I received from Beachbody on a daily basis were great. There was a website where I clicked on, if I was on day 19, I put up day 19, and there was videos on how to cook. I talked about, what to expect that day. The recipe was right there for what I was going to make. And I also got an email that laid out similar things each day. So that was really helpful. If I got the email that morning to kind of recap what I was going to be making for supper, I could click on that, take a look at that, and be prepared for what I needed to cook. So that was another great tool they provided for us. The week 1 was a little rough, as I think I mentioned in a previous video. It took a while for my body to get used to some of the supplements, as well as the elimination of some of the different foods. So week 1 was probably the worst, whenever it was essentially detoxing itself, which is what was supposed to happen. But after I got through week 1, my energy level spiked. I was sleeping wonderfully. Everything was great following that first week. So, and I've continued to feel that way clear up till today. So that's been great. Also going forward, as far as the food goes, I am going to limit my dairy, because that seemed to really, I attribute some of my feeling good to the fact that I didn't have a lot of dairy, because I used to eat a lot of cheese, a lot of yogurt. It's been a year now, but I used to eat a lot of ice cream. So limiting that dairy is going to be helpful. I'm going to try to stay away from red meat. I don't know if that's something that will last, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a try over the next month or so and see how that plays out. And also, there's additional supplements, or the supplements that I took while I was on the reset. You can continue some of them as a maintenance plan, and actually still have some of them left. So I am going to continue forward with the alkalinized, which helps with your pH levels, which I'll talk about what my pH results here in just a minute. I'm real excited to be able to work out again, so that was something I missed, but it was well worth it. I could tell my body was really well rested. I had gone kayaking over the weekend, tried to take it easy, but I could really feel that my muscles had essentially repaired themselves. I had worked them hard for over a year. I took rest days here or there, but I had really worked them hard. So it really needed that 3-week rest, and I'm excited to build back up my strength and be able to tone up my body and get in even better shape than I am now. So that's exciting, and I do need to reconfigure my calories, though. I'm not sure where I should be now that I've lost some weight, eating the way I'm eating and back at working out. So I can't just follow the eating plan I did for the last 3 weeks because I wasn't eating enough calories to supplement a workout. So I have to do that this evening still to see where I am going to end up with my calories. All right, so just to kind of go over my results, because that's probably what most of you are interested in. I know that this program was wonderful for my inside of my body. Just based on the foods I was putting in it, those were all clean, healthy foods that were wonderful for my body. I'm sleeping better. My energy level is wonderful. I am in one size smaller jeans, so I was excited about that. That actually happened by week 2, I think it was. I put that on the weekend around week 2, so that was good. I lost, let's see, an inch off my waist, a ½ inch off my hips, a ½ inch off my thighs. I lost an inch and a half off my chest, and 6 pounds total, which I was very happy with because it finally broke through a plateau that I'd been on. I continually lost inches as I've been working out over the last several months, but because I was building a lot of muscle, my weight would fluctuate up a little bit, then it would come back down, then it would go up, but it was always in that range as I continued to tone up my body, but I knew there was still more fat on there to burn off. So these last 3 weeks have really kind of pushed me over the edge and started moving that scale again. So I was real excited about that. And I can tell that it's not just muscle, or it's not muscle that I lost, that it is fat because of the different areas of my body that I've noticed it in. So that was really exciting. I tried to stay off the scale most of the 3 weeks so that when I weighed myself this morning, that it was kind of a surprise. So I was excited for those 6 pounds. Also, before I started, I actually took my pH levels because one of the things that the reset is supposed to do is balance out your pH levels. Your pH levels, I don't have it here in front of me. Your pH levels, I think, should be around 7.3, 7.4 on the alkaline side of things, and not on the acidic side. Most of us are acidic. When I took my pH levels pre-reset, I was in the low 6s. It was like 6.1, 6.2. Post-reset, I'm now at about 7.1. So definitely had a good results with that, and I'm going to continue to kind of keep an eye on that and try to get it to the optimal level, because that is one of the key measurements for our optimum health, is to have a balanced pH level within your body. So that's something I'll be working towards and continuing to, hopefully, as I eat cleaner than I have ever in my life, probably, and with the lack of processed foods in my diet, keep that at the 7 range and move closer to 7.3, 7.4, where the optimal number is. So all in all, good results, and I'm very happy I did it. I would definitely repeat this. This is something you could do maybe once a year. The only thing I would probably do differently is make sure I did it when my garden is ready, because that was a lot of trips to the store with lots of lettuce and veggies and fruit. That final week, I think it was like 21 cups of fruit I had to buy at the store, which I love fruit, so that was perfect for me. But I definitely, once some of our fruits and our veggies are ready here, would be the perfect time to do it. Make it a lot easier to be able to just go out to the garden or go out to the peach tree and pick some fruit. So definitely, when I redo it, I will redo it, and it will be in the summertime. that is pretty much it. I think that's everything I wanted to make sure I told you about. So if you have any questions about the reset or how it impacted me overall, or just any specific questions, feel free to shoot them my way. I'll be happy to address any with you. Oh, I know, one more thing. And I don't know how well you'll be able to tell in my before or after pictures, but I've definitely noticed a decrease in the cellulite in my thighs. So I was excited with that. Still some more work to go on them, but a big difference compared to where I was 3 weeks ago. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that, because I know you ladies that's something we're always trying to get rid of. So with all the toxins that I got rid of during these 3 weeks, that cellulite has kind of released itself too. So that was one of the many things I was excited about. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you have any questions on it, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. Have a great night.